Vikala.
Interestingly, I think it's Blue that's on the Vikala instead.
Oh, wait!
The holosparkxz is usually the one on the Nier. I don't believe that I've ever seen Blue on the Nier. I've seen them flirt with the Vicky and having a lot of fun playing them as well. So, but yeah, usually you do see them on the Eustace. So this is a surprise sort of change up here. Very interested to see how Vikala is going to play into Nier. I would imagine that the MO for Blue is going to put the screen pollution into full gear so that Holo doesn't have enough chance to summon Death out in the form of Ominous Turn.
Yeah, we already see a little bit of Ominous Turn. You're having to deal with Death from behind, but already shut down for a little bit, setting up the trap early on for Blue here as we go along here. But the triple attack from holosparkxz, get it out of the way, get closer into the corner, but no dice on the 2U from Blue.
All right, now this is the scary part here as Vikala. The corner defense up against a Nier, sitting at that far H range. Good stuff, challenging Death, but still going to be thrown into the corner. Getting a little bit more juice on that Death meter with the buff to Nier's love gauge. But now we're going back to neutral. This is where Blue can start playing the game.
Yeah, and this is kind of like actually familiar to with what Blue wants to do with like Eustace too, like trying to fire like far-reaching like on like the arms from a distance there, throwing out like everything as we go on. But holosparkxz does find the way in there, does get the down on there with the triple attack at the very end. Like a really surprising turn of that. Blue was trying to keep it down, and then holosparkxz just went all the way in.
Yeah, that is tough too, because they had the way out, they had the neutral going, but that ultimate Ominous Turn is just the absolute jump scare in neutral that Nier can do so well to get in on a character like Vikala, especially when they're throwing out the Ring the Dormouse. Oh, trying to go for that combo right there, but holosparkxz already doing a good job up against Vikala. All of these hits add up between these two people. These are two very low health characters in the game, and you gave Nier a bit of a helping hand in that health department, because she runs right into the heart while she's trying to take away yours.
Yeah, it's got the, like on her. Oh, you tried to go for the grab. Unfortunately, holosparkxz making quick work of that at the end, just grab of their own on that. And I wonder if we're going back, go back, maybe get a twitch. No, we're rematching right in it. Vikala all the way.
Battle 1.
You know what? I respect it. Just locking in. If this is a character that you're workshopping, you're starting to believe in a little bit more, absolutely. Just make sure that you can put him through the test, the rigors of a competitive environment. But holosparkxz making it a little bit tough after that forward throw, now getting the momentum, but really good use of that BC, getting the counter hit and getting some knockdown going. Unfortunately, gotta know that ultimate Ominous Turn is in the wings.
Yeah, and now you're playing a little bit of the multi-ball with the stars. Got the knockdown on the 2U, enough to get away from the corner. Trying to try it out here, but there's some really good blocking happening from holosparkxz in here. Pulls away with Death on there, gets the follow-up on it, and now we got another round for holosparkxz.
Yep, Death reversed, and it was a reverse situation there. The pressure started by Vikala, but all we needed was 50 meter and a dream and a couple of inputs in the backward or in the down direction. But it worked out right here. This time we're hitting the 2-1-4 to send them into the corner, getting that Ominous Turn, baiting out the BC as well. Holo doing a really good job catching the activity on the defensive end, because I understand you do not want to be in that phase as Vicky.
No, but here comes the ultimate U-skill BP in there. Get the shutdown. You're back in the corner here. Get the U-skill coming out for Blue. A little bit of push away on there, but the clash in the favor. Going holosparkxz, goes for the throw, holding it down with the U-skill once again. Trying to send out Death with more turns and goes into the misfortune at the very end. holosparkxz takes that.
They come around on stream.
Yeah, they'll definitely have like more of a. We saw a lot of more Lancelot during the vanilla days, definitely on there. But like so many like ways to go into like get those resets and kind of keep you guessing in the mix-up on that. Not as much anymore here. It seems like kind of got nerfed down as the game has gotten older and older here. But we got ourselves fighting against Nier. We're going right in.
Yeah, so definitely going to be seeing who is going to get that early advantage. And as Lance, if you can get Nier to hold down back early in the round, which he doesn't even have access to the parry, it's going to be huge. Plus, you also have Turbulence to maneuver around Death. But right now, you are going to be having to maneuver your way out of the corner. But Ultimate Turbulence going to stop Nier in her tracks.
Oh, I like that idea with the DP in there, just like calling out what Kos-Mos was wanting to try to get into, but unfortunately got stuck on the other side. Good counter hit from Z-OUND on here. Going to hold you down with the projectile on there afterwards. Get a nice confirm that factor. You flew back in there, but the confirm from Kos-Mos going to bring you down into.
Oh, just a couple of jabs to get the meaty right there and just make it real simple. Go into the heavy death skill. That is all you need. A fatal waltz and a fatal end for the round for Lancelot. Kos-Mos on a great start right here. Trying to get a better start right here. Trying to get a 6-6H, but nothing doing right here. Southern Cross, though, getting that third hit and now forcing Nier into the corner. This is where Lancelot can get started, but there's a lot of respect being shown, and you're paying for it right now.
Yeah, unfortunately could not connect on there afterwards here. Tried to go in for the grab on there afterwards. Kos-Mos is going completely into full overdrive here. Getting thrown out to the back here. We're going to hold it down with the blocks, and here set you up with the plus on there. Try to cancel out on the teleport on there. Follow up here. Your Z-OUND has got to really shine here.
Oh, got the drop, unfortunately. Doesn't get the full animation on the reversal, so not too bad, especially when you can get the ultimate Gorilla Blade. Can we kill from this touch? We get all the way to the corner, get him in that heavy fireball guessing game, trying to get a little bit more done to the health bar, and we get it right there. A couple of swipes. Z-OUND fighting back in round 2.
Yeah, had to kind of keep guessing for a little bit, but did get the final hit in the end there. Tied up in the round count here, but we tried to go in. First part of Misfortune was already too far away. Trying to send Death out a little bit more. That's going to be having to recover Death a little bit more on the life bar. We're just getting that back here. Here, not only getting the confirm, but holds down Death a little bit in there to get the pirouette in play.
And that far H is going to be huge. We've already seen a couple of key touches from Kos-Mos right there, being able to go up against the otherwise stubby normals from Lance. Had the safe jump right there, but just didn't hold back at the right time. So we ultimate turbulence on out of there and put Nier into the corner. And that's exactly what you want to do. Get out of there as soon as possible. The ultimate parry.
I like that option. I like the idea from Z-OUND, was trying to keep back in there, trying to back away a little bit, was trying to avoid getting vacuumed right back in with the claw coming from Nier. Got hit with that opponent, Z-OUND found an opportunity. Kos-Mos found an opportunity to get in there, get that final hit in there, get one on the board.
Yeah, I do want to see a little bit more from the Lance in terms of being more oppressive, not giving Nier the space to get on out of there with that 2U, with that far H. Because again, when you're up in the face of Nier, she has to really commit to that DP to get on out of there. Otherwise, she has to hold down back, and she doesn't really have a lot of other ways to get Lancelot away from her. So don't show her the respect that she doesn't deserve, because unless she gets a good match like she did right there, it's pretty easy for Lance to get going. But let's see what we go is here in this round.
Yeah, a little bit more than 1% life bar gone in moment, but here we go. We got the re-stand from Lancelot here. We're going to get the kind of knockdown. We're going to go try to at least get all the way to the corner. We do get the wall bounce on top of that. Okay. Going to get really close to the combo limit here into a little bit of a reset with the projectile on here. Going to keep you guessing which side you're on. Oh, baited, trying to wait out between baiting out a throw or any other option in there. This time, Z-OUND is full speed ahead.
Oh, that's an unfortunate drop right there, but we still go back in. The ultimate Gorilla Blade has not failed me yet. 3 for 3, baby. Lancelot just sliding on in there and slide a medal underneath the profile picture, because that's a round 1 victory right there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the Bane color scheme on Lancelot block is messing him up pretty bad. It's like, how is Bane so fast? But no. But,
yo,
yeah.
Next puff or next patch, give Bane Lancelot dash speed.
Oh no, that's actually terrifying. That's a horror movie. It is October next month. Maybe we should have that.
All right, but it is a scary situation after you get the back throw incident. I see Guilty Gear in chat, but it is actually very scary to get back thrown and Granblue as well, especially in this matchup. But we still go coast to coast with this block string right here. Go for the Rekka. Not going to get the challenge on the Misfortune Ender right there. Trying to Gorilla Blade through up a good wall by using the ultimate fatal walls right there. Kos-Mos starting to adapt to the tendency.
They're going to go ahead and get the follow-up on there. Confirm. We're on that set point for Kos-Mos.
Battle 3, engage.
All right, holding down. Gonna go ahead, yeah, send out the projectile out there. Gonna try to back it back. Kind of similar situation that we were seeing from Lancelot here before.
All right, once again, Nier has been challenging on that third hit of Rekka each time. This time we're finally tracking down the backdash. Gonna go to 6-6L, gonna convert into a pretty healthy combo, but Turbulence to get on out of there. Got the challenge bash, but didn't really convert off of it. Jumping over the fireball, return to neutral.
Okay, hold it down, force it down on 0 BP here, extra damage here. Anything could be absolutely critical, but you just gotta keep on with the pressure here. One more, setting up, nice block on here into the Just Defense, and then nice Misfortune from Kos-Mos in here, get the knockdown.
Yeah, the next hit could be the last one for Lancelot. He's already a low health character, and it doesn't help that you got no BP to help you out because the cross up overhead, the Nier special is going to seal the deal. Kos-Mos 2-0 in that one. Very lengthy, and I was like, bro, I gotta figure out where the Twitter is on here, brother. That's all I need. But there were like so many things. I'm pretty sure you could probably hook up a Deviant and Art account on there, but we're not deviating from the plan with Eustace, of course, matching the lobby avatar. That is going to be who Justjuan is throwing up against Ryazo on the Sandy. So going to be very interested to see what the MO is for each of these players. What element is Ryazo going to go with up against the Zoner? We're about to find out, Risky.
Well, Sandalphon is like just cold with the intro here. It's like, you want to shoot an angel? I want to see you try. Dang. Early on, though, we're trying to get like Test out there. A little bit of an early dodge from Justjuan. Going to get a slight punish with the projectile from Ryazo, but again, going to hit into the corner again with the projectile from the DP afterwards.
Mining our space, mining our manners, and mining the reversal options of Eustace right here. Now just trying to run up, now doing 6XL pressure. Gonna get the whiff punish as well. Good conversion, recognizing that it's gonna be the far light that you gotta do there. And now getting some pretty good conversion on there. Gonna be able to reset into the fire. And now we're just gonna use our BC to try to get on out of there, but a lot of damage done. And some more right here after the space.
Yeah, got with that counter hit on that. Might as well use an extra just to finish the job in there. Get the down first round going to Ryazo.
And I was about to say that 6XL combo didn't do a lot, but a counter hit 2H will do the job right there. And we're about to continue the job right here. And now, interestingly, going into the wind element post throw, kind of understand it, getting some more movement, quicker fireball, being able to lock down Eustace with a better ability. So yeah, I like this game plan.
Like holding it down here, trying to like wait out to see if Justjuan's trying to get out the corner with like maybe like the DP or not. Oh, the media call out from the Rat Race early on. Don't get the cinematic, but you do get the punishment. Decent damage too.
Now finally being able to hold it down here, get the 6XL, go into the Raging Strike, and now we have all of our skills. Let's go into a heavy variety, or we can just bait out the DP, get some pretty good damage there as well. Not gonna opt to go for the SSBA, interestingly enough. Just gonna reset into the ultimate Rat Race. No punish on the DP, that's so unfortunate because you died for that.
Yeah, you go a little bit further away, so the green Rat Race does not hit upon on that, so you get the little bit of chip damage in there from Ryazo to finish the job. We're already up 1.
Oh, that is so tough. It seemed like Justjuan had the sequence they needed, but it just didn't work out. I wonder if the SSBA would have been the better option, but I mean, like the Rat Race was still pretty good idea there, but we'll see what works out for them this time around.
Okay, yeah, U-skill orbs come out to play. You can't avoid all of them because Ryazo was expecting the normal one. We got the U-skill in here a little bit, just the getting thrown out. We're just kind of holding it back here, but we're calling out the projectile. It's like, oh, you want to fire that gun? That's cute. That's cute.
Nothing cute about this damage, though. Going right into the restand. Trying to get the throw, though, but no test going. Oh, the raw Raging Strike. I believe that was a BC attempt, but Ryazo ready to punish it with a far H. Really good corner offense there from Ryazo, now sitting on set point.
I like that Ryazo was just happy to really call out a lot of the options, but we tried to get, we thought we were a little bit closer on the DP. Going to get a punish in there from Justjuan here. Tries to go in for the follow-up, no dice, and you're just going to have to deal with the 6XL all day, every day. Already jumping over the orb against Justjuan.
Yeah, no breathing room to get these projectiles out right here. Ryazo doing a very good job of shutting them down at the pass. But here we go. The DP baits have been the main way that Justjuan and Eustace have been able to get the damage here. Really going to have to make it count here. But again, we're in the corner. All of our heavy skills are active, so the corner offense here is going to require a call out. And that's what you need. But the trade! Was too far away for the cinematic. Actually got a nice chunk of damage on there, but Justjuan coming back with the Flamac charge in there, going to get that kill and stay in the game. Man, what an interaction. We've already had a fair share of some wonky stuff going on right here, but we're just going to keep it simple, keep it stupid, and just do our regular auto combo into the 50% spend to get The throw bait set up after the hard knockdown. And here we go. Ryazo can put you at, oh, actually, no, actually, you can't die here.
Yeah.
But you can with a throw.
Yeah, the throw with the axe with the little cherry on top on there. Didn't hit the combo limit at that very end. So just had to finish the job with the simple tick throw on there. Even had Ladiva on here as we go on. I'm excited to see this.
I love the card from BEPaw with Ladiva celebrating. It feels like trolling because you're just like, yeah, I know you play this character, and I know that you're about to hate me for the next however long we play the set. And it could be a long time because in this matchup, it's just up to Facerolled to see if they can get any way in, or we're just going to get all of these long whip pokes, all of these GG summons, and make it hell for them to even exist on the screen.
Yeah, and you got options to really approach in there, but to get the best options here, you have to really spin that meter in there. You got to get that 50, use the ultimate skill Lariat to really call out here. The question is, BEPaw is going to be very familiar with this in this matchup. We already get in there with the U skill, getting vacuumed up in here, follow up into the corner you go. GG, help me out here.
See if we get a little bit of a twitch there on the GG summon, but nothing doing. Just going to be very disciplined, and that's kind of what you need to do. Do not give Ferry any damage unless, like, do not let her just get damage. Let her take it when other ways that aren't stray hits. But yeah, that was a pretty sizable hit right there. So BEPaw already on a commanding life lead. That makes it even harder to try to get the advantage for Facerolled, who again runs into the ultimate whip spiral, and that's an anti-air that's going to spell disaster for you in round one.
Yeah, I really like the use of that as an anti-air in there, just like from the far distance. Actually kind of treated like the Zangief Lariat, actually a little bit in that case, except vacuums in. Kind of ridiculous.
True enough, man. Just being like, you know, don't you wish your anti-airs were hot like mine? Don't you wish that they weren't a command grab? But here we go. Backdash, getting the whip punish on the 2U. And again, just putting them through the bullet hell. Trying to get the air unblockable, but just a little slow on that far H. Not going to quite hit. And Facerolled now going to be able to bait out the ultimate BEPaw summon on the DP. And now this is where we can get started as Ladiva.
Oh, this is what Facerolled wants here. The bravery counter. Get out of here. I'm going to spin a little bit of that. I like the confirm on the 2M from Facerolled, but doesn't get anything on it afterwards. Here we're going to get the BEPaw, get the knockdown with the DP at the very end here. Cut the combo limit, back where BEPaw feels a little bit familiar. And you know what? No BP after that. Just going to go back into the distance you're comfortable with.
We're not getting comfortable with that whip right hanging around our waistline because it was flashing blue, so a lot of damage on the end of that. Oh, what a whip punish on the far edge, and the 0PP is gonna make that count big time. Amazing stuff right there from Facerolled, biding their time, not getting impatient, and just looking for the right touch, rewarded with a round 2 victory.
Oh, BEPaw got hit in the whip muscle. Is that what I saw there? Nice job from Facerolled. Going to go again, get the hit. We're going with the EX headbutts in there. Going to get BEPaw into the corner, but like we're holding down, trying to find it. Nice little just wait and patience with the DP. Sending out GG in there. Just hold down the neutral for me.
All right, trying to get some more swings here. See if BEPaw can stick out more of a hurt box on that FH, on that 2M. Something that I can poke at and get that ult lariat. But BEPaw now being very wary of that. You're seeing how much more careful they are in terms of being active. And honestly, for Facerolled, they can kind of play into this, but BEPaw still doing a really good job of varying timing, so they're uncomfortable with this approach.
Yeah, actually staying outside the range of GG, and they're not going to get hit by it, but it is going to avoid waiting, biding their time, trying to find the right time to enter in the realm of the Ghost here. Going to get hit, get the toss back right here. We got GG behind, going to force Facerolled to go approach on that, which is actually a very good option for BEPaw.
Oh, just went up with the SSBA, but we were too far. I like the idea. I like the gumption, but I don't like the distance, unfortunately. BEPaw being able to avoid disaster right there. But now Ladiva going to be able to get something going here. A little bit more aggression shown around start for Facerolled. Let's see if their MO switches up here because they got a good ways with it, but BEPaw now just saying you got to think twice about how you're going to play against me.
Oh, the Dalsum Classic in there with the drill. Holding it back here. We're just going to try to wait in. Gets the edge of the jump in from Facerolled. You're back in the corner. Hold down against GG one time. BEPaw just biding their time.
Yeah, biding their time, minding the spacing as well, right outside of the range of the Lariat. Going to be able to punish that as well. Going to get the 6XL to land and GG to help out. and then that is going to be down on the screen. Down, boy. No more help needed in this round, but I might need you in round 2 to close out this set up against Ladiva.
You know, I'm seeing a couple of those subs in the chat also there. Thank you, The Real Kennybo and Paradigm GBM, just getting like spinning the subs on there. Thank you so much for supporting TNS and for this great Granblue action.
Yeah, a lot of action right there on screen with the whip, because Facerolled again, notice that they were a lot more aggressive in this game versus game 1, and BEPaw doing a really good job calling it out, and now again with the anti-air U skill and a grounded U skill sending out GG. Not quite out of the way of that lariat, so we got to spin BP, but Facerolled trying to find any way in possible, but time may be running out for our hero, and the clock has struck 12 of either the Rat or the Narm. So very interesting pick here for Dragalia, gonna go in tune and go in with the Lucy, which you know what? I think Lucy is a pretty sick character even still. He's seen some better days, but I still think that the way that you can operate with them, especially if you're able to get some early 5U to prompt action from your opponent, which may not necessarily come to pass against Eustace, but I thought it was going to be because you're just sitting back and charging Flamek, but they just go on in with the jump, but Dragalia now going to be able to get started. Yeah,
so Eustace, Angel trying to show off a little bit of that bayonet practice on here. Bayonet is a completely different game on that part here, but going in, try to go in with the Abyss attack from Dragalia. No can do here, and Angel still continue to go in.
Oh, yellow nade is gonna call out the spot dodge right there. Gonna force Lucilius into the corner. Spend that BC as well. Get out of dodge of the Endless, and then the reactionary DP up against the Tessera.
Oh, I'm like just not afraid whatsoever. You're like, you can try to come in, bring down that like in there, but we're gonna hold you down with the U skill Rat Race, keep you plus. Hold up, tries to go in with a 6-6 overhead option on there afterwards, going to go down Angel with being a force to be reckoned with in a way that you usually don't see Eustace being played.
Yeah, absolutely. And round start, just getting the whip punish of the melee variety, not just sitting back and charging up against Dragalia. And I think it's just because they're showing a lot of respect for their ability to go into that 5U. And even when you don't interact with them at close quarters, it's easier for them to get that blade level up. But really good stuff again. Reactionary DP to challenge the teleport. Angel doing a really good job, but the mash in a 2, the 2-1-4.
Tried to go in there with the orbs early on. Did get hit out of that here. Avoid with a nice clean jump in on that. Going to at least tie up the life bars between the two here as we continue holding. We get shuffled to the corner a little by little. Dragalia saying, no, none of that. I'm going to grab you. I'm getting the follow-up on here afterwards. I'm taking a round for myself. Thank you.
Battle 3.
When the blade level is at 5, we throw out the stanky leg, because good things will happen if I see that number 5 underneath my health bar. And now we're seeing Eustace in the East Coast corner right here. Plus frames on the 5U follow-up. Really good stuff right here in the middle of pressure as well. Not just getting plus frames, but also being able to get some blade level as well to make the successive hits count. Dragalia doing a really good job managing the situation in the pace of the match.
Yeah, wasn't able to keep the corner as a result of that, but was getting a firm amount of damage in there. Already half that life bar gone from NGL here. We're going to get the hold down on here, throw down, and the call out from the horizontal kick in there from Dragalia here. You got the resources to make it happen. I think you're going to make it knock down with the finish. There we are.
Yeah, the name of the game, of course, getting that blade level up to 5, and Dragalia doing a really good job in rounds 2 and 3 of doing it in the offensive phase rather than trying to sit back and do it in the neutral phase, playing off in really good ways right there. And now going to be able to do it right there. Try to go for an empty jump, a good match out there by Angel, but a better throw on a wake up from Lucy. And we're just meeting aggression with aggression. Ult DP gonna find its mark again.
And Gio's been really good with the positioning on that DP especially well. Like, was this a little bit hard? He was going to hit on there and follow up. Might as well, like, whip it out at that point here. Get the post wave with the BP from Dragalia on here. Going to tie it up in the BP account as we hold down. And Gio trying to still keep up the presence.
Love the ult DP right there, because there were so many heavy skills on the docket there for Eustace corner offense. Got to be ready to challenge with the ability that you have right there. Oh man, that was a very wonky situation right there, but gonna be able to go through it. No conversion on the ult Tessera, however. Got exactly they needed, but got one on the next interaction as well. Dragalia, tournament point, or set point, excuse me. looking ahead too much, perhaps.
Yeah, it could go either. NG, like, I like this approach in there of the early dodge actually in there too to get the Rat Race EX, going to force the explosion. Free combo for Eustace as we go in here, approaching the combo limit, but we're going to go ahead and get that reset with the Rat Race one more time. Holding out with the orbs.
I do not envy this position, but waited in time to get that 50 meters so we could get that ult DP on out of there because we were going to have to hold down back a lot. And we didn't want to do it that time around. And Angio doing a really good job sensing that, going to be able to punish that with the shimmy, go into the SBA, flash in yellow and a gold and yellow letters flash on the screen. Down goes Lucy.
Love to see it here, tied up here. Angio trying to stay on the winner side of things here. We're holding down, using like the longer range of the blue Rat Race in there, but we're just gonna get carried on. Carry on, my wayward son. Get that knockdown.
Oh, jumping over the Iblis though, gonna find the JM on the dome piece, but we're gonna find the ultimate Tessera to go through the Flamek. That's been really good from Dragalia to use that tool to go through the zoning tools of Eustace. But now, NGL is doing a really good job responding, cutting them off at the pass, but again, ultimate Tessera.
It seems like Dragalia has really found the pace that NGO wants to play and is responding in kind. You got the follow-up here, go ahead. Timebound R, yeah, you are dead. It feels like a early version of Rising like matchup here between the Cagliostro and Siegfried.
True, yeah, these were two characters that we saw a lot more of early on in the game's lifespan. We still see a good bit of Siegfried, but Cag has kind of fallen a bit to the wayside, but still has seen its fair share of great representatives. Elsa trying to establish themselves as one of the premier ones right here. Doing a really good job so far to start things out right here, representing themselves in this corner. And this is where things can get pretty scary because you have access to a lot of things in the tool belt to make Asto a little bit jumpy defensively.
Oh yeah, and it had enough time in there, goes ahead, uses the U-skill in there, kind of keeping it, but the back throw in there, Asto going to swap positions, do-si-do, promenade, we're throwing it out there with a big long wave projectile on there afterwards here, nice blocking from Elsa all the way through.
Let's see if we can get the switch up over here to get them blocking. Oh no, they ran into the trap on their own offense, and that was enough to kill Elsa with the double traps, thinking 5 steps ahead right there.
Yeah, and then we got the 6-6L in there to start things anew on their Elsa, so we see no time getting right back into it. Does get hit with the command throw variant on there from Asto. Goes into the corner in there, but the call out from the U-skill projectile almost gets the wall bounce, but not quite.
Oh my gosh, the 2M of all 2Ms going underneath Cagfar H right there. Doesn't get a lot of mileage off of it, but you're gonna start to see Asto throw that out, as most Siegfrieds do, but especially in that range, looks like it's gonna get a lot of potential for some huge interaction wins later on. But right now, the interaction is gonna be how do we get out of this corner pressure, because Elsa with a lot of resources to extend it and go into a throw bait. When you're thinking about everything in front of you gotta watch your back because things will come up Cagliostro from that angle.
Yeah, Asto trying to stand up, was trying to avoid some of the blocking on Spare Body, but got hit on the other side already. This is kind of in the right hands. Cagliostro is a nightmare to deal with, especially with a good pilot behind him like Elsa.
Oh yeah, 100%, especially when you get them in that really tough scenario. And Siegfried, a character that's pretty good defensively and offensively, as we're seeing this holy unloading of damage on the Cagliostro health bar, which is going to be exacerbated now in lethal fashion after that. Perfect. But yeah, even on the defensive end for Siegfried, up against the throw bait potential and a different variety of setups and ways to even keep you held down in the corner, it can be really tough, which is why Asto is being so assertive right now, but Elsa matching that by dashing through the command grab.
Yeah, love the forward roll in there to avoid all that. Going to keep you guessing with the throw, like with the trap. Going to go for the throw option, and we got the lows on top of this. This is where Elsa has been really shiny, putting a lot up on the screen here, setting you up on there afterwards in here to kind of keep you guessing here. And this was what was working so well. But we got the skybound call. We got that hit. No cinematic. Okay.
Yeah, that is tough. Oh, and even tougher is the DP whiffing as we just meet them on the other side. The backswing not going to be paid any mind by Cag. Just effortlessly and very expertly dodging right there. Gonna get the close heavy to kill.
too early on the dodge. Going to get hit with the projectile from Siegfried. Uses bare body. Get on the other side here. Asto using that big stinky leg in there, the 2M to try to reach on there, but you're stuck in the corner. This time the dodge is successful from Elsa.
Oh, the far H punish on the Brave counter attempt. Really good tool there from Cag. And now just biding their time, has the health lead so they can just say, Asto, I need you to walk into something. And the far M is the poison pill of choice. Run right into my far normal, why don't you? I will convert off of it just as such. Elsa taking that one. We're gonna see Sandy once again come on stream, but on the other side of things, Galleon, a recent addition to the cast, gonna be thrown down up against their DLC brethren in Season 2.
I love seeing Galleon on the screen here, like just being able to set up the meteorite from a long distance there, holding down for time, especially calling out with the U skill in there, which does no damage, but you can kind of get an extension on top if you do get the hit on there, really being able to start that gameplay. So yeah, we got Galleon on BEPaw, Dragalia on the Sandalphon as we go in through here. A little bit neck and neck. Nothing really for it, but a clean jumping for BEPaw.
Right, here we go. Gonna be able to sort of give ourselves some time right here. Good whiff punish though with the lariat. Get the fireball going, and this is where you can be uncomfortable as Galleon. Dragalia, especially at that far H spacing, can be really hard for Galleon to deal with, especially when her defense is not the best in the game, doesn't have anything other than that DP, because that super can be reacted to, funnily enough.
Right. That's a good point on there. We do get the follow-up. You get the air throw from BEPaw there. You're going to hold down, get, just throw a little meteorite as a treat.
Try to get on out of there, plus through with the lariat, but nothing doing. BEPaw remaining very disciplined defensively. Kind of seeing the little bit of Ferry player coming out right here, noting that they have the advantage, even as small as it is, and as the time is. BEPaw just opting to be patient, but no punish there. Recovered in time, but we also don't punish as well. But the far L gonna do it.
Yeah, unfortunate on that. Got a lot of chip damage on there. Like it was really dwindling on there from BEPaw, but nothing else for that. Try to send out with the rock on there afterwards, getting called out by Dragalia early on here as we go into the corner and get the confirm, but no dice on the connecting flight.
Gonna stay grounded right now defensively. A whiff of throws, an exchange of greetings. Unfortunately, Dragalia recovered first, got the punish as well, and gonna get even more damage here. A perfect round for the Sandy to match that of Galleon. BEPaw now gonna have to go to Battle 3 to take their first blood in winter semis.
Yeah, you were calling it out earlier there. BEPaw really kind of playing that long distance game with Galleon here. Dragalia must have also sensed that as well, because that responded in a very strong round. Got the anti-air on the other side from Dragalia. You keep in there, but the back throw from BEPaw is going to begin things anew with a little bit of meteorite set in the corner.
Right, trying to get some guard crush frames right there, but denying that with the BC. Big counter hit right there, not quite ready to confirm, but we are able to confirm off of the 6XL. Not gonna do anything crazy, but we're gonna reset into a bit of a shimmy, trusting in that, and then the big old primordial slap to the chin of Sandy. Put him right back down and slap the hand after the fact. Primordial grasp to cap things off.
Flap your hand, say, yeah, BEPaw taking that at the end there. That's one of my favorite Skybound arts in the game, actually. It's just like, you get that grab in there and just a big old slap. Like, nothing's better to me than just like a big old slap for a super.
Isn't the move literally called slap?
It's, I think it's like, what is it, terrestrial pulse or something like that?
Something like that. I can't remember if that's the SBA or something like that. I don't know.
Oh, no, SWAT. It's called SWAT. It's called SWAT.
Right. Yeah. That's pretty good. You have like all of the majestic names in the game, and then it's just SWAT.
It's a very one-word name for a move for Galleon, for sure, on that. But we got the switch over from Dragalia to the Vikala on here. We got the follow-up here, trying to getting hit, but nothing really for it. Going back and forth with the stars, playing a little bit of ping pong.
So earlier in the bracket, y'all will recall when I said there was a match that I saw where Vikala up against Galleon felt like Galleon didn't get to exist on screen. We may be seeing a little bit of a repeat performance right here, because Dragalia showing that Galleon had a lot of navigating to do in that neutral phase, and BEPaw not quite ready to do it this time around.
Are we sending it out? The choppers do get their hit on there, but clean jump in from BEPaw. You're going to get the conversion on there after the 6-6C. You're still dropping bombs, still dropping a little bit more.
Good challenge right there with the far H dancing through right there and then dancing with a little bit of the shimmy. Gonna be able to reset into the star. Not enough hit stop to continue the combo after the fact, but still so much life done to Galleon. Now it's up to BEPaw to figure out how to navigate this unfamiliar phase. Now they have to deal with the zoning that they usually put the other opponent in.
Throw out the rainbow, the more you know. Going to get that final hit on there, shoot a rocket ship to the stars. Choo-choo rocket time gets the finish on there. The switch out to Vicky is working for Dragalia.
I had Pikmin vibes right there with the ult DP finish. It was like Olimar just going up off the planet right there to end the day right there and end game 2 for Dragalia. But right now, we're getting started with this corner pressure. But BEPaw able to challenge right now. Now we have to really make sure to keep the advantage going, because as soon as you give Vicky breathing room, this could be really hard. BEPaw recognizing that beautifully right now, getting some extensions on the plus frame, but Dragalia matching out. Ring the door mouse, get me out of trouble.
All right, yeah, you gotta check it out there. The anti-air on there. Going to recover in time, forcing BEPaw to use one of the break points. Did put on the level 3 meteorite as a port event, but you're going to get out of that territory to get back into a little bit neutral. But the ultimate will of the earth there, getting the strike down back out at you.
All running right up, catching the startup of the old skill, and then the teeth chattering on the ground. Let's have a little bit of a conversation. Let's talk one-on-one, but I will have the final word of that conversation in round 1. Dragalia still maintaining some great momentum, but BEPaw gonna get a 6-6H conversion into the corner, set up the steals to be able to answer right back with some words of their own.
Okay, this is exactly what BEPaw wants in here. Sets up the meteorite one more time in here. Gonna hold it down. Try to go over the U skill. Gets rocket ship out of the way. Just goes right in for it again. And that's really good position for BEPaw. You still have access to the meteorite in the corner. Going to get the confirm, but nothing else. Just holding down from a distance. There we go.
Yeah, we talked about how difficult it is for Galleon to navigate in the neutral phase like against Rat over there, but Vikala having a tough time, especially in that corner position, especially against that even on block far heavy. For Vikala to swing into that with anything short of an ultimate DP is a very arduous task for them, because you saw right there BEPaw able to use that phase, use that spacing to be able to close out the game, and now they're going to have a chance to do that again right here, getting the whiff punish, putting them in the corner, getting the seals out as well, and that's what happens when you pay it respect. Primordial Grasp, man.
Yeah, bring it down into the earth here. Like, hold it down. Does get the block on there from Dragalia. Sends out with the ultimate will of the earth yet again here, but we're going to get stuff out of the way.
Right there. No counter hit, so the teeth are not going to extend anything. Nice dodge on the ultimate will of the earth. Had the punish slap, but not firm off of it.
Nothing but Joe try to go in there for a raging strike. Doesn't get anything for it here. This is going to be Dragalia turning out into the Skybound Arch. Joe, the gold chains out here. Finishing off. Dragalia is going to take that over BEPaw 2-1.
Wasn't even...
Oh,
yeah,
3 out of 5.
Wasn't even a full parade right there, but we'll get a chance in the next game right now. This is a best-of-5 set. We are in top 8 currently. Winner semis, though, is in favor of Dragalia here currently. BEPaw showing some signs of life, but again, welcome to the parade. Everybody is invited. Everyone gets a ticket. Vikala very generous like that.
Yeah, it is definitely got corrected on that. 3 out of 5 there. Thank you on that. But yeah, we're going all the way in here. BEPaw going to stick with the Galleon on here. I do agree with that. Just to hold it down, but we're going in. Going to try to call out the cannons, but get snuffed out of them with the meteorite.
Oh, trying to dash through, but Dragalia just ready for these anti-zoning measures that BEPaw's trying to do. It just feels like BEPaw is just kind of at a loss on how to navigate in that phase right now. And again, very hard to do for Galleon because she's a very slow moving character. Doesn't really have a lot of neutral jump scares to commandeer that that space as well. So it's up to them to really be aggressive offensively to get them in the advantage that they need up against Vikala.
Yeah, no, it's definitely getting a little bit of those extra hits on here top, but it doesn't get the follow-up, but beat the back throw in here. Follow the bouncing rat. Hit on there. Does get another confirm on here. Over half that life bar gone from Dragalia here. But we do get the confirm on there. Don't worry about the cannons. We're going to get that restand on top of that. That should be more than enough.
Very good stuff right there, being able to cross him up and get that hit on the overhead, because the star was in a tow as well as the spike ball right after that. So BEPaw being able to do it at that right time, and a really good spacing right there, just being right outside of the throw range for Vikala and being able to get a command grab of our own. BEPaw early advantage here.
Backing away from the spike ball, you're still going to get hit. It's Mario Kart terms at this point. Hold it down, like shoot up the bike horn. Going to get hit with the U-Skill Meteorite early on. And we're just going to go ahead and play a little fireworks show.
Oh, nice use of the ultimate meteorite right there, calling out the spike ball summon, but a lot of hits done right here. Still going to be a little bit too plus to be able to get anything after that, though. Chasing the backdash down with the will of the earth, but nice trade right there. Reset back to neutral, but BEPaw this time doesn't have to be too assertive. They have the health lead this go around.
I like the use of Will the Earth in there, get the knockdown, get pushed up Vikala away from the cannons on here. We're getting right back into the big thing. Go fire away. It goes right into the skybound. Does this hit? Yes, it does.
Oh, that was so crazy seeing who was going to recover after
Coming out now. Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, I could definitely see where Ryazo is coming from there. We talked about Katalina's prowess up against the zoning of Lil Wayne, especially when you think about that 236U. And you could also throw out that wall of light up against the far normals when Elsa's trying to use them at a certain spacing, especially that far H when we all love to see from Cag. But we'll see what Ryazo tries to do right here. Fireball going to try to keep Cag from doing anything from too far away, but that far H has no distance requirement. You are always in range for that.
Oh, and you got onto the other side. That cross up in there. Get the confirm with the 2U on there. A little bit of a white light wall play on top of that here as we get in the anti-air from Elsa.
2 seals to boot to extend this combo right here, put them into a bind, but don't necessarily have a ton of stuff to work with. Oh, but using the wall of light up against the otherwise calculated, looks like the mathematician is the one that it comes from the streets in the schooling of Albion. They got some pretty good academic rigor in their curriculum there.
Oh yeah, they definitely have been working on that thesis quite a bit, getting to like massive reviews on that. Going to try to get their degree on there afterwards with the confirm on there, looking good.
Yeah, that was fantastic stuff right there. We were talking about the wall of light being used up against the far normals, but being able to use it up against the spear, really good knowledge check for Ryazo right there. That's what you get when you're such a veteran of this game. You just have access to such a deep pool of knowledge in niche situations like those.
Yeah, we're like being able to use the like the wall of light in there just to kind of hold it down in there, get the confirm on there. We're already checking out. We're trying to use that 6 tail, holding it down the fort, keeping Cagliostro out in bay. Get that confirm into a raging strike on here. Significant damage is coming up here, if not the kill.
Ice cold on the combo, but not quite enough to put this game on ice. Still a little bit of life left for Cagliostro. Can we warm it up right here? 0 BP to help you out right here, but you're getting 50 meter right now. Couple of traps behind you and a rock in a tow, but this is still uphill sledding.
I'm loving Ryazo's positioning in here, like really trying to like just simply walk away from a lot of traps where Elsa's been wanting to put him down in there. We saw the big trap at the very end. It's like, no, I'm going to back away here. I got tools I can get the confirm in there to make it go away and find those right moments in there. We've seen it with the little traps too, just like, it's like I'm just going to try to avoid on here or make sure they go away. I'm just going to briefly touch them, get them out of here, and resume my gameplay.
I don't know if that's happening on your end as well, chat, but here we go. I think we're seeing a little bit more movement now.
Okay, we're getting right back into it. Apologies for the issues on here as we go on, but go ahead and using the brave counter on there from Elsa here, tying up the BP count on here. But we got the confirm from the meaty into the ultimate Aries sword in here. This is where Katalina shines, or corner to corner with that.
But this is an uncomfortable situation here for Ryazo. There are a couple of seals right there that are preventing them to sit at that far H range that you'd otherwise love to put Cagliostro in. So also being able to use that to get themselves or garner themselves some respect, as Ryazo had to back off where they otherwise were going to be able to be dominant, but they can get right back right here. Really good use of the far M conversion right here. Now let's see if we can get what we want here.
Is there a better value meal combo than getting the like the Aries sword into 6XL and beginning your conversion on there? Long distance wall blight with the U skill version of that. Going in, get the like a little bit of hit. We're going back, and you know what? We're going to send out the Enchanted Lands one more time.
Yeah, beautiful stuff right there. The jump scare right there up against the Cag, who may have been looking for a spear. And you're seeing Ryazo doing a really good job between fireballs, between the Wall of Light and the Enchanted Lands, throwing out a bevy of options at Katalina's disposal to stop the startup of anything that Elsa's trying to do, especially with those spears and those traps.
Yeah, we're already holding it back away, like kind of keeping it. Yeah, I like the use of the BP there. Just get away the trap and get back into the neutral, holding down Enchanted Lands, coming back and getting away from the 6XL with a backdash in there from Elsa.
Oh my gosh, had the perfect positioning for that extension, and we're gonna be able to combo into the SB. Unfortunately, you're gonna drop right there. Otherwise, perfect execution on the combo right there for Elsa. Not gonna quite work out, and it looks like Fukuhara didn't like that either. Connection was dropped to the recovery after the dash, and it's still scary because I'm just like, dude, they could just 6-6H me right now for throwing out far M, and I could explode.
Yeah, so it does look like Ryazo's going to be up 2 as a result of that. Elsa with the changeover to Versusia here. Ryazo is in a really good position to continue down the line out of this afterwards, but we got Elsa with the confirm, just runs up, gets the throw on there, enough time to set up the stock off there afterwards, but you still got to deal with the sword, the ultimate skill from Ryazo.
The ultimate skill right back in the DP right there. Gonna use our Nimbus to get ourselves some breathing room. Trying to sit back and play that spacing game, which has been the MO of this new version of Versusia, especially because her medium skills with the medium cooldown have really good activity on screen. But Ryazo up against the Cag, who is kind of doing the same, is, you know, shows that they're pretty comfortable playing at that pace.
Yeah, wasn't able to get anything else off of there afterwards from Elsa because they didn't have the stock to do the follow-up on there. Now has the corner and the stock, and is just going to back up, wait for the jump and to come down. It gets the knock down for the round on Elsa's side.
Yo, the anti-air far H, I thought that was Cat's job, but Versusia's sticking out the tail and swatting them back down to earth. That's crazy work.
All right, holding on in down here. And there's that jump there coming right back at it. Even gets the far away, cannot get punished by Enchanted Lands with that strength of it.
Run out the niches right here, but still got punished. 236U waiting for your recovery. And now we're trying to put them into the corner. Ryazo once again is showing a lot of respect to their opponent. Elsa trying to use that to get on out of there, but the forward throw gonna find us mark. Not that time though, the empty jump throw not gonna work out. DP or 6XL on minus frames, and we try to get a BC as a result.
Oh yeah, calling it out with the Frozen Blade early on here. Still have access into it. Ultimate Enchanted Lands goes into the corner, but we're still holding down against the column in here. The confirm from Elsa though. Going to get enough in there, but we're going to go right back at you. Get that knockdown on top of that here. You can at least get into the corner. We're just going to go in, get that restand one more time. It looks good the first time. We might be able to kill from this. I think we are, yeah!
Man, that's crazy. Got the 50-meter at the exact right time. Just got on the last hit of that second auto combo, so the 236U extension afforded right there. Round start Enchanted Lands to go through the pillar from Versusia. Oh, the Enchanted Lands very much charged up right there. Elsa trying to jump.
Yeah, you don't see the charged up version as often. Oh no! Ahead, gonna get the follow-up. You're in the combo limit. This time, throw bait one more time, and the perfect on there to finish things off for Ryazo 3-0.
Versions of. And they ran into Dragalia first, and they played Narm at the end. So they were like, okay, they lost to Narm, but then it was just all Vikala. But no Vikala on screen right now. Is going to be Camael on the Able versus the Eustace from Angiel.
Okay, this is going to be a little bit interesting as we go along here. Haven't seen like the Avatar Belial. I haven't seen this pick in a while, but you know, you got that glass cannon, you got the extra damage on here. You can really like make, if you like seeing double-digit combo numbers, Avatar Belial is for you.
Funny enough, the character was indeed changed. The pack follow-ups now function a little bit differently, so their combo routing changed a lot more. But in a way, I believe it creates a little bit more consistency because you're not dumping out as much health on your routes to get more average damage on each interaction. Because now you're able to go into something like this. SBA route, still a lot of damage, but look at how much health that you lost. Not as much as you would usually see from an Able route.
Oh, not at all. But did get the call out on there. Like Camael tried to go in there for the stomp. Angeal getting things on their side. Just goes in, goes with the throw. We're in the corner, gets a little bit of tick, and we're trying to go into the throw. A little bit of a late tech from Camael.
All right, DP into the rat race. But as much as I said that they didn't lose a lot of health, it felt like Eustace took that away in quite a hurry. Angeal being able to in that round one, Able looked like they were going to run away with.
We got onto the other side. EX with that, you're going to get the confirm into the explosion. More orbs for the round table here. We're going to go in, leave the combo limit in there. Nice block from Camael on the overhead, but doesn't get anything else afterward. Angeal on the way with it.
Final touch potentially here. Break on the throw, but you're still minus because of the rat race, and we're keeping you in the corner. Camael not able to challenge their way on out of there, so it just took 3 quick swipes of the knife, and Angeal takes round 2 to get game 1 in their column.
Okay, but you know what? We're not stopping there. We're going to go ahead, get right back into it. Very similar to what we were seeing in the first match here. Camael getting a little bit of damage here, but we're trying to get away from some of the like the short buttons, the light buttons in there from Angeal.
Using all of our meter to continue our corner pressure right there, but we're doing that defensively as well. Good stuff right there from Angeal, being able to bust on out of there. And now this is the tough part. The rat race coming out right here, just gonna run up and catch them mashing the 2 against the grenade in the back. That is another strong round for Canada's own Eustace.
All right, the Canadian Eustace, they're always gets their person on here. We're already thrown out with the EX rat race and a nice avoidance in there from Camael. I'm gonna go ahead, get the little follow-up, show that shoulder out here. Get the follow-up into the corner. A little bit of that, the Devil Gen tactics happening out here now with the confirm from Camael. Big damage.
Oh, the deadliest of knowledge checks up there as the laser from that stance is air unblockable, and you get the follow-up after the fact to get a full combo, and Camael able to kill off of that.
Oh, that's brutal. Brutal here. Tied up in rounds here. We're trying to hold it down. Going in for the 6-6 low option in there from Angeal.
On out of there, get to the other side. Try to get a little bit of a frame trap going here, walking back into that far H. Nothing doing. Some discipline there defensively. But now we're just jostling for this position right here. You reckon not going to be able to go through the U fireballs from Eustace.
Okay, a little bit of delay on that, realizing the danger of being in the corner with the green rat race to either keep you plus or get the damage to begin a combo in there from Angeal. We're going to go right back in here, gets the block on there, but we're using a lot of brave points in a short amount of time to tie things up. Both players are going to take way more damage, 20% more to be exact.
Oh, passive knowledge check right there. Most people see the blue flash and dodge. Angeal does it in DP. Really good stuff right there. Not falling for the 2-3-6U jump scare. Good stuff right there. Camael now sitting on just a little bit of life, but now they fear Chip, but they just get hit regular. Just putting down the fireballs on the ground. 2-0 for Angeal.
Okay, we're going back to the room though. Are we thinking things through? Are we taking a little bit of a break? Are we going to change some characters up? What's the plan here?
Soriz.
Yeah, all right. Bring. You know what? If we can't fly, we can't use lasers. Let's just bring a big punch to the situation.
The macho ultimatum. Amazing stuff right there. And look, I've seen Soriz get a little bit more play. I remember at the launch of the game, Soriz was considered to be pretty strong and then really died off. But it feels like I've seen a lot of people dip into him for like a counter pick. Pretty easy character to kind of swap into and get your mind right for. And execution, not necessarily too hard. So we'll see how it goes here.
All right, and you get to really play that up close and personal game in here, really kind of suffocate where Eustace wants to be. And sure enough, we're seeing that right now. Already have the life bar going. Go ahead and use that Skybound Art on top of things here. And right back in there, actually, like, calls out with the armor. On the other hand, we still get it, and that was a quick round for Camael.
You still get the dump out damage, but not at the risk of your own health. Really good stuff right there. And the armored 668 dash attack gonna keep Angel respectful. And now we're gonna keep up this corner offense. Look at this counter pick really paying off in bunches right now.
Interesting, like actually got the buff on that, but you're still stuck with the rat race. You got the confirm right here, but Angelo's like, you know what, right back at you. I'm going to use my U-skill DP, get out of the situation, force Camael to use a PT to get back into neutral.
Oh, baby, yeah, you tried to deny me my chance to take advantage of my advantage in the frame department, but I sniffed that out. DP bait right there. Camael, quick game 3 victory with the Soriz.
And that's kind of what you want here. Like, you are down still 2 matches here. You got to make it quick if you want to keep that stamina up and get into it. Like, this is on the loser side, so whoever loses is going to have to watch the rest of it on TampaNeverSleeps.
Yeah, but you gotta be wide awake with these 214Ms. Angel not called out like against most other quick advancing moves that keep you plus. And Camael doing a really good job taking advantage of that, pushing them all the way to the corner. But this is the corner that they themselves find their way in after the BC. And now Angel's gonna probably try to keep it going right here. Rat Race conversion. And that is going to be a killer one. Down.
Yeah, Zoma, like, Angel was just like, you know what, I own this corner. I sponsored this corner. There's a road sign here where I pick up litter for this corner. It's all mine.
Not the sponsor. That's crazy.
All right, we're holding it out now, using the B point early on here. This is going to be set point for Angel here. If Camael does not have anything to say about it at this point, but looks like we're saying a lot with those fists.
We're saying a lot with the boot as well. How dare you try to charge up in my face? And now you're gonna be put in your place if I can get a good read on a piece. That's exactly what we get. A lot of heavy skills too to be able to extend our pressure. But, oh, never mind. We were able to get reverse fortunes, being able to dodge that jump scare with the ultimate jet punch.
I like that BP away, like had the access to the red rat race on there, was just like, and we're using the armor to go through on the U skill in here, still in the game, trying to avoid the rat race, going to go through, just like waiting the minute to hit it with the Flamek punish on there at the end from Angel.
Oh, spacing. Why do I have to react to something why do I have to react to close quarters when I could just wait for you to whiff it? Amazing spacing right there to get the punish on the dash punch. We are about to get into here, the Ferry versus the Ladiva. We're gonna show down with a bit of rematch in these pools. Now in the first to 3 environment, and the losers at 75 or losers quarters.
Yeah, already letting a little bit of the extra rock, but not too long. We got some battles to happen here as it is BEPaw going to take the first hit.
All right, now GG holding it down right here, and we are going to push them into the corner here. We're getting a lot more aggressive this time around, just going to get the early health lead as quickly as possible. And in this matchup, it matters a lot because that means that you got to take a lot more chances as you see the quick couple of lariats right here. You have 75 seconds left on the clock. We will see how patient they are, but this is the first time we have seen the Orb of Confusion come out right here. Gonna get the overhead as well. So now here we go, just throwing out the far lights, throwing out these far normals, daring Facerolled to do anything right here. BC, after we got the bravery point back onto the super. Oh, the punish right there, or the counter hit right there with the 2U, and then gonna be able to bait out the brave counter, and now get the ultimate lariat combo. Close heavy, Jewel Resort Screwdriver, gets for game. And we armored through with the newly minted DP from Ladiva, challenging the ultimate DP from Ferry. What a comeback by Facerolled right there. All right, quick sweep to the legs right there. That 2U buffed menace right there. Now BEPaw trying to sit back and pester them with these far normals, but Facerolled doing a really good job of sitting at spaces and throwing out different methods of approach. Even as otherwise it is, they get the big boot, the whip punish as well, counter it as well. Here we go, Facerolled.
And the reset on top of things. Big damage here. Don't have enough to do Skybound Art, but you know what? We got the grab. Get down there. Call the referee for a pin count.
I believe somebody in chat said you are never out of it if you are playing a grappler, and my goodness, were those rings rung true right there. I was about to say Gabagool because of the freaking in-game name, but Facerolled Gabagool in chat popping off for their clone. Facerolled doing a really good job right there, exercising the patience. Even when they were down, they knew they weren't out. They one good hit, and they got a couple right there. They added up, and they're forcing the Galleon to come out right there because it feels like BEPaw is looking at that Ladiva and going, they kind of know my every move, and we move through the will of the earth.
We roll through that. We are rolling on here. We're already back in the corner. This is exactly what Facerolled would want in the situation here, as we're seeing. Was ready for it from a moment's notice.
DC get away from the guard crush after the ult lariat, please, because things are starting to add up. But we're gonna get some damage to add up in our own right here. Quick sage confirm. Set out the seal. Now let's play a little bit of that spacing game.
It does get hit on there, gets the bounce on top of it. This is where BEPaw wants to be. Goes ahead, ultimate will of the earth. Enough time to set up the level 1 meteorite and gets a fall. We're going primordial grasp style.
Not enough level on the seals though to get a combo extension after the fact. That could have honestly killed if they were able to get that routing, but just not quite leveled up right there to get it. But it's okay. BEPaw reclaiming the health lead, and now Facerolled once again having to get an advantage, and they wander right into a whiff punish.
Oh, no, guys, too far away on that. I thought, like, Facerolled thought they had, like, something for that there. We're going to get a stand down on that. The final hit from BEPaw going to take a round for themselves.
Starting to get a little bit of a sense of moments and interactions that prompt the impatience, rather, of Facerolled when they're otherwise willing to hold down back and play the full 99 seconds. It's definitely when those lariats and those big risks that they have to play in neutral don't pan out, they get a little bit more antsy, and BEPaw has been really good at taking advantage of that.
A lot of medium range all trying to go in for the primordial grasp. Facerolled was already jumping over it, going to get prime opportunity to get that life bar and take the corner for themselves on the left-hand side.
A whole back throw incident though, the stylish animation right there, and the stylish BC bait right there. Gonna get an extension and gonna be able to link into the will of the earth, and we will a game into our column, matching the count of Facerolled. We are now going into game 3 with one apiece.
Oh, Galleon is a lady of few words, but those were like showcasing the physicality on that. Keep it to that mid-range a little bit, just a little outside the range of a lot of the Ladiva's normals. Just like getting on that. We're already ducking over the lariat, was already keeping on there, going to see the side switch, nothing for the grab from Facerolled.
Give me a chance to actually the chat right here. Gabagool, why can the command grab get regular thrown? Because the command grab is 5 frames while the regular throw is 4 frames. So there you go. But we just do some strike instead of the throw this time around. Get some more damage right now. Going to the SVA, but the DB.
Yeah, already going to get the follow-up. You're in perfect range in there for the meteorite, but we got the primordial grasp on there, get the knockdown. Okay, holding it down. We're going to use your skill meteorite here. Hold it. Skill the earth in there, but we're going to get caught with the lariat from Facerolled. Get out of the way.
Oh, wait. The blue flash right there might have prompted a reaction right there. When you're thinking about the spacing there for the blue flash, you're thinking this to a primordial grasp, especially when the seal is right underneath your feet. So there you go. Just getting the other U skill instead and getting the counter hit to get the big extension right there.
Coming out there, we're going to get the follow-up here from Facerolled. Doesn't get anything else to report, and actually uses the low to get a little push out of the way from the corner. All right, denying any bit of advantage from Ladiva. Nice use of the BC right there. BEPaw definitely making sure that Facerolled cannot get started any way, any shape, any form, because that's going to be tough sledding with a character with bad defense up against Ladiva when they can make you guess for game. Uses the EX fall up there, be able to throw more rock. Rock down there, we're just going to get the hold up, but you know what? Get back in the corner, you go. Go ahead, get the level 2. We're going to get primordial grasp. So you get the follow-up on top of that. You're going to pick it up here. Facerolled is in Super Skybound Art territory here if they can get the touch. But so far, BEPaw is keeping out of the range.
All right, and here we're sitting at a respectful distance right there, so they have to gamble on a big button there or committal option. Otherwise, we have these +3 skills, or plus or even non-blocked RH. Something for you to walk into, and eventually something's got to give. BEPaw able to get Facerolled, not tying their shoes, tripping over themselves.
Believe in victory.
Yeah, gotta always make sure to check your feet on top of that here. It's now 2-up. Facerolled got a really good first game on there, but BEPaw with a switch of Galleon looking extremely good with this change. Facerolled gonna retaliate back. We're gonna go all the way to the corner with the EX Lariat, and yes, just finish it off in there with one more hit.
Oh, the strike throw, this time going low when you're thinking throw. Big damage after the fact too, and you keep your meter on the back of that, and then we just go empty jump close heavy Facerolled. My goodness gracious, what did BEPaw do to you other than take 2 games, but what did they do to you?
Anything to see that red stuff appear on the screen there. Facerolled had a very good round and is trying to make this back in here. Gets in with the drop kick one more time and gets a nice counter hit on top of that into the corner. Going to begin their game anew.
Ross saying that's a Ladiva round. We could be in tow for yet another one, catching the backdash with a couple of jabs as well, just remaining patient, just waiting to catch them, trying to get out of a grab, but you can't get out of this one unless you get it for the throw animation, and that is a swift kick right to the jaw. Facerolled swiftly getting the game 5 in order.
And just like that, in a moment's notice here, we're in that game 5 here, holding it down with a level 1 meteorite early on here, having to use a just defend on there just to get away a little bit, but we're not getting much. Nice call out with the 2M from BEPaw though.
All right, very careful in this neutral phase. Good clash recognition on both parties. Throw break from both of them. Set out that seal, but this time Facerolled gonna use that opportunity to advance with the 6-6L. Even though you don't get a lot of scaling on the other end, got a lot of damage there, but now you find yourself in the corner. This is a tough spot.
Yeah, the plus in there, holding it down, use skill, primordial flat grasp. We're gonna get the knockdown here. I like that, like the BP came out and like BEPaw was just ready to go with it for the meteorite, but unfortunately the sides have now switched here. Facerolled's gonna get a lot of damage from this.
I don't know what happened. The link there from BEPaw not working out right there, so it created a scramble. Yeah, you can react to that. Unfortunately, You're not gonna catch them guessing. And yeah, that's tough. That's tough for BEPaw. Just the slightest mistake ended up being their downfall right there in round 1. But let's see if they can reverse fortune.
Facerolled smells the blood in the water here, already getting the approach in there with the 6-8 headbutt, cancels out of it early on here. Now having to force down to get up, like get pushed away from BEPaw Galleon's normals with the U skill.
Trying to pester them into a mistake there by throwing out those hitboxes with those really good bar normals, and a raw raging strike in return for BEPaw. So it giveth and it taketh away if you're Ladiva and Facerolled. Now you are finding yourself on the other end of that misfortunate circumstance, and now we get the extension off of the primordial grasp. Is that enough? No, she lives.
Oh, but like set up the meteorite in here, going to give BEPaw and Facerolled a chance to get in with the drop kick, turn things around. That's a significant chunk of life taken away.
Oh, the mash of a lifetime. Would you mash for $1 million? We do. Get us to a final round of this game 5.
Oh yeah, we're going to go ahead, get it, doesn't get the follow-up, unfortunately on that, just gets a little bit of positioning into the primordial grasp. Going to have the corner, enough time to set up a level 1 meteorite in here, but you know what, we're turning things around for Facerolled in with the throw.
Right back at you, ultimate DP to get on out of there. Again, the BP bait. Her far normals are so good at setting that up. Combo limit, unfortunately, not going to work out right there unless it was a frame kill. But you might get killed trying to do something from a distance that was not safe to ultimate lariat. This is potentially guess for game risky.
desperate game here using the BP early on, but we do get the connecting play from the Meteor right here. If you do not drop this, this is all you be needed to finish in there. The Raging Strike, Raging Chain. BEPaw is going to take that 3-2. Elsa, we got Med coming up in October. It's going to be a really good time.
I'm just not going to be able to take a break, am I?
Nope, no break for you. Zoma, we're going right into it. Winners finals, Dragalia versus Ryazo, Katalina versus Sandalphon. Let's go.
All right, we saw the momentum with both of these characters captured in their respective winner semifinal set. The Katalina especially impressive because we saw the adept nature of the counterplay readily accessible to Ryazo. We'll see if they get that in this matchup or if Dragalia on the Sandalphon will pose to be a little bit more of a problem. But right now, the problem is the position that you find yourself in, back to the East Coast corner.
In the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time is in full play. We got a nice little counter hit into the Enchanted Land from Ryazo here. Going to back away with the use of the Wall of Light U skill there and hold it, but we got that connection in there with a 6XL into the U skill to re-stagger and take a corner. Now we're on West Coast time. We're on Pacific time.
3 hours back, but still right on time. Ryazo finding the way to put Sandy into a bind that they got an HDP on out of, and it's a successful gambit right there. We're back to mid-screen here. Dragalia trying to look for the tier 2H, but a marvelously spaced jump right there, baiting it out 2H. Good stuff right there.
Yeah, and I see Local Villain with a $10 contribution to the Matcherino. Thank you so very much for helping contribute to pay out the players for this bracket. Thank you so much.
Much appreciated. I love that you are vibing with him. We're definitely vibing with these DPs, both of them being successful, but successful is the throw bait, and that will add up for damage here. Resetting into the 2-2X, but not going to be able to get too much off of that. We give Ryazo a chance to fight on back.
Somebody with the Frozen Blade on there afterwards. They were holding down Jack. Again, the spacing is being incredibly important for Ryazo in here, being able to retake your turn back on there afterwards, going in for the 6 low option on there afterwards. Enchanted Land, use skill time to get back. We're back into neutral.
Interestingly enough, going for the spacing trap there, but not quite confident in it. Didn't swing into the swing from Dragalia. 2-2X right in the face. Not going to get punished, though. And Enchanted Lands at an ambiguous spacing, so not quite ready to get a far light punish. Don't believe it would have worked at that spacing. The anti is here again, and this time being able to get the counter hit on the other end.
If at first you don't succeed, 6XL again. And we got the backdash. You get caught. You get caught with the Hyper Beam.
Oh, man. Yeah, wait for Wall of Light to go away and then respond accordingly. And a big old beam is a good response to pretty much anything in this game.
Yeah, no, it does everything for you. If you could need your taxes done, just summon a big old beam.
Absolutely. You'll get it in the return as fast as possible. H&R block in the form of that.
Oh, open up the envelope. Hyper Beam comes right out of your face.
Oh man, that is, I don't know how you ship that express. But no. We are trying to put express send into that East Coast corner. Denied and returned to sender though. Right back into the corner is Ryazo, but they're fighting their way back out. And they run right into a far M by the grace of the sword gifted from her Albion classmate Vera. Katalina now putting them into a good winning position.
Oh, the backdash this time paying off here. Got the playing a little bit of foots. He's going to finish that off with the U-Skill Emerald Sword there. Nice job from Ryazo. Really kind of playing out and just like waiting for those proper moments. You just being simple, keeping with the far M, being able to like get the approach on there, and we're just going back into the room. Maybe we're thinking about things a little.
I think we're thinking about Lucky Cookie Vicky because Vikala is coming back to action right here for Dragalia. We will see if Ryazo's ready for the name that this character can summon on the screen. But right now, Ryazo looking so composed and so ready for every situation for all the characters that Cat has seen so far. So we will see if the cat will beat the rat, true to nature, true to the animal kingdom, or can the upset happen here?
It's a nature documentary about to happen right here. Seeing a little bit of Dragalia getting summoned with the rat spin on there afterwards, sending it back on there once again. But you know what? You cannot be. Oh, looks like a little bit of a misinput. Didn't get as far with it as Ryazo wanted there, but did get the stagger.
Yeah, I believe they wanted 6-6H right there, or 6-6 something, but it didn't really work out. But either way, still being able to put Dragalia into the corner, trying to get the 2-3-6U, but the startup is getting called out, unfortunately for them. 2-3-6U on the other end to try to get some space for free, but Dragalia gonna whiff right here. Ryazo still going to be patient, even though there's a lot of chances for Vikala to get started here.
Seeing Dragalia go in for that anti-R, getting a lot for it. Just, but this time, the confirm with the low, sitting it out there, but this time going to get the punish on there from having Ryazo use a lot of that meter from the U skill.
Trying to walk back, bait something with that far H. Dragalia remaining poised defensively, not biting on anything. Ryazo trying to set up spacing-wise. If the Enchanted lands this time around too, not going to be able to kill, but potential guess for game if you land the right hit.
Oh, 15 seconds here. Oh, we are back spacing on there until we got the far M confirmed to play their game, spinning that meter as we see time and time again with the restagger. Ryazo takes that round after a very long first round between after the character change.
Right before the traveling trap, the far M is able to make contact with Vikala. Oh, trying to use the wall of light up against the trap, but it didn't really work out that time around. Maybe just didn't really get the timing right, but it's okay. Ryazo still being able to get on out of there and challenge the gap in between the item summon. Oh, baby.
Power of Emerald Sword there, my favorite Rhapsody of Fire album indeed here. We're going into the corner, we're going to get that wall bounce on top of things, building up that Skybound art meter again. You don't even need to use it, you just got the Raging Strike on there afterwards, and Ryazo is now up to.
We were dipping into that bag once again with the spacing trap. If at first you don't succeed, you said it earlier, try again. And that far H finally working out post backdash. And now we're gonna get the real deal Holyfield, the heavyweight coming out for Dragalia. They mean business now because the Black Butterfly in Narmaya is coming on to our screen.
Dragalia really brought out the KOF team to play some Granblue. Okay, I see team of 3 putting out with the anchor character out here with Dragalia. Trying to hold it down on the own. Can Ryazo take, with the character change here, so far, taking advantage of the Enchanted Lands after.
All right, the flip, of course, working out that first interaction, but this time remaining a little bit more poised. Oh, we got a little bit of a nice 2-3-6 of our own nowadays, and now we're able to get the flip to work out, get the throw bait. Huge bit of damage right there, going for the frame kill. Really wonky timing right there, so couldn't quite get the punish on the mash, but either way, really good advantage here.
Ryazo's been going in for the U skill, like the frozen blade with Ares to get that knockdown stagger a lot. Dragalia is starting to find the timing in there, got that dodge early on, took the round in the end there, but maybe Ryazo's been going too easy to it because it is a good button. It's an exceptionally good button, but Dragalia's looking out for it now.
Chase down with the 2L, putting them into the corner. Ryazo gonna fight back out with the far M. All the clash gonna work out for Dragalia this time around. The throw, the correct response in that situation.
Out there, we get the side switch and the stand change on here. Does get the Raging Strike on there. Going to get the opportunity to get a full punish on there with the restagger. We're going to go all the way to wall. You actually get the wall bounce on top of that. Going into the combo limit though. Going to keep control. Overhead triple tap.
Getting at this far H range, but tried to press after the fact, maybe trying to set up a spacing trap, but Dragalia responding correctly. The flip, is it going to go over the SBA? It is! What a try from Ryazo, but Dragalia just effortlessly floating right above it.
And such it is here as we go in. Dragalia getting their first match on the board here in winners finals here. We're going right back into the room. We may be considering a change, and I see a Grand coming out here. Is that correct? It is.
Yeah, it's EX Grand, baby. I think you're right. I think that this is actually a KOF match, guys.
I think that's exactly what we got. We got some Gex on the screen here. Okay.
Well, no, it's a KOF match if it goes to Game 5 because KOF matches they're never short.
No, you're right. We are waiting. All the other games are waiting to finish the top 8 for sure on that.
Alrighty, but we're not finished in this corner right here because we're fighting our way out of here. The interesting thing about Ryazo though is that they're spending it on the armor break to extend their plus frames. They did the light version because it has extended cooldown as opposed to other skills normally. So trying to get the plus frames as easily as they can. So gonna have to really be cognizant of that cooldown. But Dragalia already having to fight back because Grand making these hits count.
Yeah, and we got Merc coming in, rating with a party of 69. Nice! Welcome to the show. You're here in Winners Finals, and Ryazo using the EX Tims, like the Grand EX on there to take a round back to try to finish it out here for the set point.
Yeah, I'm starting to see you're really loving this aggression here from Ryazo, and that's what this character commands. You need to get that big hit, and you need to get it here early. Big opportunity right there with the 5H. Not quite ready for it, though. Denied at the pass once again. The Setsuna going to keep Grand into the corner.
Oh, another flip for you, though. We love that flippy stuff, changing out into his stance, but we try to go in for another change, getting called out by the U of Grand EX, like the change out from normal Grand.
Big boot once again to take them into the corner, trying to keep them there by using our BC, but we do it in return, trying to give ourselves a little bit more freedom as we try to get the spacing to get that Setsuna to hit. Nothing doing though.
A little bit scary, which is a little bit too far away for that 2M to hit on Ryazo. Dragalia going to take that round pretty convincingly. We still had over half the life bar to their name here, and now we're still on set point for Ryazo. Does get in with the 6 scale, but nothing else stuff.
A challenge with the heavy DP though, and we challenge with a 5H of our own. Very, very gutsy call there for Ryazo, but got rewarded, but not by much. Oh, no, there's no way. There's no way. The ult on the other end, man.
Oh, we are doing flippy stuff for everybody here. It's a luchador match happening right now. We're going in with the follow-up. We're going all the way into the corner. Dragalia, yeah, you are unfortunately going to be done for this winter finals here with the Skybound art from Ryazo, taking that 3-1. Yeah, going with the Versusia. Okay, all right, I see it.
Okay, yeah. I got pump faked right there. I thought I saw the CAG in the loading screen, but nah, it's going to be the Versusia coming on through here. More time with this character than the CAG, I believe, so they're just going with what's familiar, what's comfortable at this point in the bracket, because you do not have a winner's side life to depend on, to lean on, so we're going to lean on the biggest arm rest in the game in Versusia versus our comfy, cuddly friends here for Ferry.
Oh yeah, Ferry ready to like kind of play that long range game throughout the GG whenever is needed on that BEPaw and everybody else too. But here we go, already started with a dive, and we're going again with the drill one more time.
Double dive kick is very inspired. I mess with it heavily, but Elsa not messing around though, just hogging them down right now, just trying to get their way into the corner, and that's exactly what they do. Dashing up right there. This quick knee right to the chin of Ferry, reset into Celestial Dominion, but well-timed DP right there. Didn't quite keep it safe. Oh, the leg, man.
Unfortunate whiff on that. That's going to give Elsa a huge opportunity to finish things off. There we go. Tag your it. Show off that cinematic here. Nice.
Cataclysm going to spell the end of the first round right there. And yes, aggression was the word. We saw earlier when the Versusia came out for Elsa that they were trying to sit back and play that Anicha in that pillar game. But this time up against BEPaw, they are definitely forced to be a lot more aggressive than maybe they're otherwise wanting to be. But it worked out right there, and they did it really effectively.
All right, nice use of the spacing in there for BEPaw, like approaching on there afterwards, avoiding the pillar, getting a couple little hits in there, but we're back into square one. We do get the follow-up hit on there enough times to now GG, but you know what? We're going to go ahead and use that U skill to teleport across and get away from that situation.
Well, Samsara, we're choosing to block, but the heavy Samsara this time going to get the whiff punish. Well, nice timing on the DP once again. Give us a little bit more breathing room. Trying to see what we can do in this medium phase, but a 2U into Memphis is going to work out right here. I don't know if this Cataclysm is going to be enough, but it is going to put you in a tough spot regardless.
That's a very tough spot indeed. One more interaction, but you know what? Immediate with the low from BEPaw on there. Going to take things back around, going into the Raging Chain on there afterwards. Get a little bit of position on there. BP to get out of the way, and you know what? We're sending out the projectile to meet up with BEPaw and take that match.
The Nietzsche activity is very criminal indeed, and it's just gonna stay on the screen long enough to catch you trying to do anything as BEPaw. Elsa gonna be able to go up early, go into the zoning bag real quick right there, but this time BEPaw flipping the script and being aggressive with their foot to the gas pedal, but Elsa saying, no, I gotta make sure that you have your airbags correctly if you're gonna go in these treacherous roads at these speeds.
All right, go ahead, yeah, with the follow-up here. No slouch on that. That's gonna be, that's a goodbye to that middle part of the light bar. It's all gone. It's all gone here. Trying to go for the grab, get a little bit of the late tech, so one more interaction's all you need, and there it is from Elsa.
I know we saw Gex in the last round, but it was tail time right there. 5HS gonna secure the round right there. Amazing corner offense right there. Just throwing out that big bar heavy button right there. And again, throwing out the quick light. Oh my goodness gracious, man. We're in the corner expeditiously, and your life bar might be gone. Oh, taste.
Got that after the 100% there. Yeah, you got the guaranteed kill. Perfect.
That 6-6H, man, that counter hit catching the mash there from BEPaw was just a little bit perturbed by the way things were going. And Elsa sniffing the danger, sniffing the red blood in the water, and got that red screen to match.
Yeah, he already got enough time in there to get the knockdown, get that stock on Versusia's side here. Already trying to approach in there with the low. Ending up with the follow-up a little bit delayed on there afterwards, and trying to catch BEPaw, trying to go back into jumping. Has been going into jumping into his real just a little bit more than usual.
Going for these dive kicks a lot. Wondering if there's some MO, some strategy up against Versusia in particular where they're going for that. But up against a character like Versusia where they're trying to use their slow lurching movement and their Samsara to try to get in. Honestly, interesting that they haven't really opted for a lot of far M and 2M, but Elsa has indeed called it out really well with rotating between the pillar and the Samsara. And you're seeing the latter happen right there. Really good rotation of options, and I believe rewarded with a round accordingly.
Right now, Elsa has themed unstoppable all the way through with a jump scare all the way in the corner there. Like, we're on the set point. We're potentially going in a 3-0 here. But BEPaw's got to have something to say about that.
Good roll through on the pillar, getting the punish as well. Ducking underneath the Nietzsche. We're playing a little bit of our bullet hell while imposing our own. But still, Elsa trying to prevent Ferry from catching any momentum right now, but BEPaw doing a really good job of making a game of it at least.
Holding down here, we got the throw on there, going to get a little bit of extension. You're near the corner here. Now you're in the corner, having to deal with it. Actually got a little bit of that hit on there, following. We're trying to finally get in with the 6-6 attack on there. Get the follow-up with the vacuum here. This is where you shine. Oh, and the GG has not had a chance to really get a lot of work done, and this is where BEPaw's going to have to start it.
We are dumping our diamonds, but our next hit could be a tough one. But that will be the one that GG will enable for Ferry rather than for Versusia. The throw into the extra damage on the summon. You got a friend in me, yes indeed.
All right, sending it out there. Going to push a little bit away. Keep it plus with the GG on there afterwards here. First chance that BEPaw's really had to open up Elsa this time around. Holding it down with the DP. You don't get the air unblockable with that version.
On the throw after we busted out with the Samsara up against the GG summon, so very good challenge on the special skill from Ferry, but equally good poke right there to stop anything that Versusia was trying to do to start any advantage in that neutral phase.
Enough time to get the knockdown, like get the push away to get a stock. Very important for Elsa in this. At a moment though, could really turn things around on this. Both players had their Skybound art at full stick of butter here, holding it down.
All right, denying the plus frames from the Celestial Dominion follow-up right there. Nothing buying. Now trying to pester them with all of these normals here. Big pillar on cooldown, so we got to mind our manners. Samsara, BEPaw situational awareness accordingly.
All right, holding down. Oh, but right back at you. Was realizing going in for the GG setup in there with the plus frame. Found the right opportunity to get the throw, take the corner for themselves.
Samsara now on cooldown, so now we're just slowly marching them down, throwing out that far heavy.
Oh, unfortunate on that. They're going to get blocked, and the punish BEPaw taking one for the board, and we got ourselves a match, Zoma.
Yeah, absolutely. The time was ticking down right there. Only 14 seconds left, so Elsa sending the Hail Mary with the quick hitting low into the SSBA. It didn't work out right that time around, but again, you got two more games to play with, but don't give BEPaw a little bit too much breathing room because they can make this up really quickly.
Actually got hit with the last little bit of it. Avoids the second column here. Keeping it up in the corner. We're just kind of waiting out. See what buttons Elsa is wanting to press, and it's nothing. We're just holding back the block.
Them down, keeping up the block pressure with the plus frames after the Nimbus, but finding the right time to challenge. Had the hit, but just wasn't quite confident enough in the link after the 2L. Bringing them a little bit closer for some personal time, but not biting on the close heavy. Not one for hugs is Versusia.
No hugs are allowed. Don't read the sign here. You got to check it out on the Walk of Fame. We're just going to go in. You know what? BEPaw says, you know what? Never mind. It is time for hugs with the throw there. But, you know, the response, the revenge is swift from Elsa.
Close contact right there is going to be in the form of a strike and going to be a big combo after all of it as well. Going to go into the safe jump post Cataclysm, break on the throw, but that does indeed put you at a situation where the next throw will kill. So BEPaw going to have to be pretty careful. No Anicha on the board for Elsa.
Oh,
but a pillar is.
Yeah. Tag your it on there. I like that Elsa's been really trying to call out, like, starting out the beginning of the dash animation. They're really trying to, like, see what BEPaw is trying to do there. We're really trying to play with those interactions, see what can happen.
Good note right there. What can happen after this counter hit? BC as well. Had the whip on the Raging Strike, but not much after that. But gonna get it right here. Go into the ult pillar. Combo limit though. Plus frames after the 6-6H. Unique skill advantage for her on that front. Keep them into the corner with the Nimbus. 5U. This is a very scary game to play, but Genspest able to reach from across the screen.
Yeah, using the BP immediately, doesn't want to be in the GG situation. I completely understand, but you know what? We're going to get the knockdown, get back into it anyway, forcing you back into the corner.
The throw going to work out right there. Close, heavy going to hit right there. Maybe looking for a throw. Caught you reaching, and now we're teaching. Very instructional orb on the way for you. Learn you bit of something as we get into an extended lesson here, potentially going to a game 5.
And that is, like, you know, the game came with an instruction, but fortunate on that. Going to get with the clash in there. Elsa wins that, rolls up with the Samsara, and we're going to keep you in the corner.
Got the Anicha rolling through, perfect with the 2U. I have loved seeing the post skill roll through and then going into that 2U to catch anything that Elsa is trying to do after that with the activity of the Anicha on the screen. Good responses there from BEPaw. What's your response to the orb though, Elsa?
Oh, that could have been very bad. Got the hit on there, but you know what? We got those fuzzy, the F-Shiki coming in for BEPaw. Out there, going to set up the GG one more time. BEPaw coming out, I'm sorry, the BP coming out there to get rid of the GG.
What great use of the 2M through the Anicha and then catching the pillar as well. BEPaw fighting back. The Ferry's got hands.
Yeah, the Ferry, like not just for holding the whip, throwing it out there, throwing like everything but the kitchen sink on top of that. We got ourselves, we're using all the parts of the match, Zoma. We're using every little bit.
That is crazy stuff right there. I love the response right here from BEPaw, doing a really good job of challenging the skill cooldowns of Elsa and knowing what is available to them in that neutral phase. Because again, like as Ferry, that's the very important part. You want to be able to deter Versusia from being able to operate at that distance, because you don't want them to do Anicha, you don't want them to do the pillar, and you definitely don't want them to do the Samsara jump scare. So being able to throw out the right options accordingly in those situations is pretty good.
Oh yeah, pretty good indeed. Here we are though, game 5. Thank you for your patience on that. Probably letting the ad run at the very end so we can all enjoy this together as we see BEPaw still on the Ferry and Elsa still on the Versusia. Fight it out.
Alrighty, putting out the GG though up against the Celestial Dominion enabled Versusia as we get into game 5. What will be the winning strategy here? Right now we're getting an early health lead up against Versusia, prompting all of these panic options defensively, not wanting to be in the corner with a GG down below. but we finally get a DP and a back throw.
Holding it down, looks like trying to go for an empty option after the jump in, but only thing you're going to face is the whip of BEPaw. You're still going to get bounced on the ball afterwards, and GG is still out to play. It's a full infestation of Ghost.
Man, I don't even know if Ultimate Nimbus would have gotten them out of dodge right there either, because BEPaw was floating away at a range where I'm not sure the angle would have worked out. So BEPaw just honestly 3 steps ahead with that entire sequence as we get into potentially set point here.
Love to see it on here. Big counter hit on there after the U skill. Gonna vacuum in and still gonna keep it going. Gonna go waiting for a prime opportunity for GG afterwards. There you are.
Under the collar and hot under the feet of Versusia, GG, but Elsa not biting on it, being a lot more composed, because the big interactions would have been when Elsa was just trying to get away from it all. Don't let Ferry get the damage, make her take it.
Oh, unfortunate there. Like, gets the block just in time here. Elsa trying to find those moments in there, but gets hit with the EXDP from BEPaw.
Overhead, trying to get another one to steal the deal, but not quite ready. 2L just right out of... Oh no, the JL, the kill. They were banking on the overhead, having just enough damage, and that coincidentally led Elsa back into the game with the punish on the other end.
Those 2 BPs, any interactions dangerous on here. You got it. You're going in full install here. We're trying for that chip. I'm sorry, gets a hit on there. Big damage here. This is enough.
You know they're trying to close the game, because I don't believe that I've seen the install for the French bread normals. Oh man, that's tough. Trying to find any way to close that round out. Elsa being able to reverse the fortune and reverse the position, and now Ferry finding themselves in the corner. This is going to be a very tough pill for BEPaw to swallow.
Yeah, already going in. Hit in with the dive drill on there afterwards. Show the BP back in the corner. You go here. Trying to hold it down there. We're already caught. Duck does get hit at him, and we're blocking all the columns that come in the way of BEPaw.
For that dive kick, and then looking for a mash there. The close H not going to find the spark. Elsa now minding their manners defensively, not necessarily being as fidgety on that mash button or on the throw button or the 5L.
Elsa had enough time to activate the stock on there. Already used it on there, but we're holding back. 50 seconds on the clock here. Anyone's game. 2 BP on the side here, trying to see where you're going to go. Goes in. Nice tech on that, but we're getting caught with the low back in the corner for Elsa.
Now just sitting at that far H range, begging Elsa to do something that will confirm into a kill, just trying to get them to be, they're really trying to bait each other into an option. And you got to be careful too as Ferry, because Versusia has access to that SBA.
All right, we got the follow-up on here into the raging strike here. Using all of that here, you have enough for like a U skill on there afterwards. You gotta believe at this point, otherwise you're gonna get a lot of hit. There you go, you got the confirm, and BEPaw is gonna be moving on in the loser side of the bracket.
Finals, and then potentially go to grand finals. Ooh, that hot seat's hot.
Oh, it's burning. It is a fire hazard indeed. This is the run back too from winter semifinals here. So Dragalia took that 3-1 over BEPaw that we saw in there, but we're going right back, keeping the Ferry pick on there. Dragalia, no chances on another pick. We're going right into the Narmaya.
Yeah, the best on the best right now, and then calling out Dragalia, trying to get on out of there, going to be able to get the 2-3-6. Put the GG on the floor, keep them respectful, and again, the against pass really working out right there. Going to convert into a raging strike. Is this going to be enough? Nah, combo limit, but it's just for game.
Guessing for game, but we got ourselves a big life lead on top of that. BEPaw looking fine at that point here. Battle 2, 1 round in, loser finals, let's go.
In that mid-range right here, throw out these normals. Also conveniently sitting right outside of sentinel range, so it's going to be a little bit awkward for Dragalia to operate in that space, and that's why we want to get up close and personal to put BEPaw on the back foot so we can get this devious strike throw game that Narmaya can put you in, and that's what a shimmy will enable you to have.
And indeed, we're going to go ahead and get that confirmed into the Skybound Heart. Definitely going to get the round on top of that. 1-for-1 here between these two.
You know, the amount of times that Dragalia participates in these brackets, I never get tired of the Narmaya SBA animation. That's got to be like one of the prettiest ones in the game.
Absolutely here. Like, it's definitely a lot of fun to look at here. See the chat going off between, like, for the two competitors. I hope you have spent your prediction points at this point here.
I believe they have a 100K prediction on BEPaw here up against Dragalia. Only 8 on Dragalia so far. We're going to see if Dragalia can flip the odds right here, though. Get the payout for that one shatter is going to be ginormous if they can get the land. But right now we're landing in the form of a hard knockdown. But on the other end, the UDP.
Oh, they really called that out. Had enough time to get the punish on there. Was ready for it. Having to use the U-skill DP to get out. Switch it on the other end. BP, get out of here.
Get out of here and then come right back. 236 gonna bring you right closer to me for a conversion. BEPaw, the betting favorite, going up early, making them sweat a little bit at the horse's track.
I'm starting to believe that the hot seat wasn't on fire. I believe like BEPaw was the one on fire and set the seat on there potentially.
A little bit of thermodynamics, as it were. I don't know, I didn't do too well at physics, but I do know that things do add up in a hurry. Quick math if you get some pretty big damage right here, and we will get the bring in with the 236. Go on the other end. GG on the floor. Oh, but we're back throwing.
Love the call out, try to go in for a full roll, but we're getting the confirm in there from BEPaw. Back at you. I like that, going in for the short GG in there, just because Dragalia is going to have to approach on there. Found the perfect distance, got into the wall, using the U-skill on top of that last little chance.
Jailing them with the far light, keeping them pestered in the normal range, and then immediately responding. The response to the flip from Narmaya has been beautiful by BEPaw. And I guess when you're going into a bracket, you know you're gonna fight against Dragalia, you know you're gonna run into Yoza, you know you're gonna form into Fidgeties, you know you gotta be ready for the flip, man. You gotta be ready for the flip.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely whenever you time and time again, a lot of Narmaya's play in a lot of these brackets, so you gotta have that knowledge in check, just in the back of your brain. BEPaw showcasing that right now.
Really making the most out of it. This is pretty good stuff right here for BEPaw. Dragalia looking like they're kind of lost for options and gonna be a little bit more devoid of options in the face of the orb. Oh my god. Okay.
That was a galaxy brain move.
If BEPaw whiffed that on purpose so that Narm would try to punish it and then get hit for punishing it. But if that was the case, that is hysterical.
There was a whole universe in that brain, and we're just experiencing a small part of it from BEPaw. Get the tech on the throw on there. Dragalia back in that Super Skybound Art territory. Could make a big damage happen at a moment's notice here, but you're going to get hit with the whip. BEPaw whipping.
Man, that is, if I'm Dragalia and I got hit by that orb there, I got to go back to the room for a second. I'm down 2-0. The way that it happened, I'm just like, brother, like what? Like, come on, man, dude. Oh man.
I need to know from BEPaw. I need to know if that was the plan on that or if it was just happy accident. Either way, what a play.
Absolutely. There's a saying in this business that says we take those, and we're trying to take it all the way to grand finals so we can meet up with Ryazo. But Dragalia definitely does want that rematch so they can play a little bit of KOF, cycle between the characters. But right now the Narm is going to have to be the one that makes it all the way because they cannot change.
A little bit of the Indiana Jones swing on there. We do get the confirm. Enough time to set up the GG. Actually gets hit on the approach. Unfortunate for Dragalia, but BP taking full advantage of it.
Oh, the parry gonna activate right there as well. No punish on the other end. BP bait as well. Not gonna get the full punish on it, but you are devoiding Narmaya of resources. Didn't even need it to be the 20% after the fact because just a 236H is gonna be enough to get the job done. And BEPaw looking to advance off of this set point.
BEPaw is trying to get in there as soon as possible at the grand finals. Gets the whip punish on there from the slice from Dragalia. We're going back in there. We get the 6-6 hit in there from Dragalia. Into the corner, trying to bait it out. Goes in for the low. Good opportunity.
On the other end, a little bit too high on the jump, so the throw bait not gonna matter. What? How dare you dash through me with the transient? This one is a close H waiting for you on the other end. Look at, okay, this is insane. This is insane.
Oh, that unfortunate like whiffed on the throw in here. Dragalia is able to reticulate those spines, realign with the Raging Chain on there afterwards. It's going to take a round for themselves, still in the game.
Fight back. The scramble has not been kind to you, so we keep it stable with the Raging Strike. BEPaw still at step point, but Dragalia just need to see one go in. But right now, playing a little bit of Kevin Garnett at the rim, holding up a big hand that's denying them any points, potentially.
I hear what the chat is saying, what is happening. Granblue is definitely happening here. GD coming out, you're going to have to hold it down in here, staying on the ground, but gets hit with the throw. One more time, sends out the EXGG, the back throw in there to get out of the corner in there and trying to hold it down.
One BP for Ferry. I thought we were going to see the orb, but Dragalia denying it. This is going to be a lot of damage adding up. We go into the SBA. No more diamonds in the pocket. The jump scare damage going to be enough. Dragalia on the board.
Battle 1.
Just like that here. Dragalia still in this game here. Changing out, does get in with the flippy stuff on there afterwards.
Maybe the devious strike throw post flip. You'll love to see it if you are Nar, but for BEPaw, this is a lot of damage that you do not want to lay your eyes on. And it's about to get a little bit more plentiful with a perfect Dragalia storming through here in game 4.
22-second perfect to begin things anew, but you know what? BEPaw gets the confirm from long distance on here, but right back at you. Dragalia trying to get back in there.
Right. Gonna go for a transient to sort of get some approach going for the flip as well. Again, ready with the response with the BEPaw Sikkim, and right out of range again on the Setsunai rather, gonna be able to punish that accordingly, and it sets up a really good spot here for BEPaw.
Now, really excellent spacing on there, but we already called out, doesn't care about your GC tactics. We're just gonna go in with the U-skill TP on there and send out the follow the bouncing ball. Going to get hit by the bouncing ball. We're singing a song right now. You thought you could get through it? No, BEPaw on set point yet again.
I saw the ball come out, and then I saw Vigides in chat go GG, and then that happened, and I was like, that is the best sequence of events possible. That is so good, man. Oh, look. But a good position right here for BEPaw to finally take the set for real as they deny the flip once again. Man, it seems like everything's coming up Ferry.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more of those early callbacks from BEPaw in there, like really shutting down a lot of the like flip and pressure in there. Back in it, the ball still in play. Big counter hit. You still got it. Oh yeah, it's going to go away before it even reaches there, but you've got last little chance of interaction here.
All right, keep them locked down with the GG. 5U. Play a little bit more of that spacing game. Right outside of the range of that transient. Try to go for the ultimate variety. Nothing doing, but we are out of the corner, but at what cost?
Okay. But you know what? Throw out that whip, get the hit on there. BEPaw is going to be moving on into grand finals.
Awesome Granblue action, some grand Granblue action between Katalina on the part of Ryazo and winner side versus the loser side champion in Ferry and BEPaw. Let's get into it.
All right, early on, trying to send out that Frozen Blade. No dice for it. Actually stopping short of getting away from the GG here, but we're already kind of getting away. BEPaw just holding down the neutral.
Hey, GG, help me out, my friend. Help me extend my corner pressure, but Ryazo, again, being very patient. BEPaw, not so much, but letting it rip with that UDP working out. Oh, profile. We saw that up against Elsa earlier on the Versusia. That 2M doing some really good work in that phase.
All right, yeah, really good work on that at that point, but just going in, we're getting a call to get over here, Scorpion style. Enough time to set up the bouncing ball yet again. And you follow up with a GG and another GG just for good measure.
RM getting the extended hurt box on the whip normal from Ferry. Ryazo able to get on out of there. Spent the last bit of their diamonds though, so this is a really tough sledding. Any stray hit from BEPaw could be the end of the game.
A little bit of cool runnings definitely happening for sure, Zoma. We're going in. We got the 6-6 low option. Trying to go win for it again, but you know what? Look, BEPaw was like, flow sounds like a good idea. I'm just going to go ahead and get that follow-up confirmed to finish out the round.
Yeah, I also saw them pull back a little bit from extending their pressure because they were very wary of the DP because, again, that's a lethal spot to be in, so gotta mind your spot there, and unfortunately the guess did not work out there in their favor. But BEPaw now getting the early advantage, denied at the pass though, the HDP coming out there from Ryazo, and some good damage here off of a wonky hit on the auto combo.
All right, did hit the combo limit at the very end here. Just trying to go ahead, hit the other side here. Let GG do some work for a second, but again, we're going in with that far M into the U-Frozen Blade. We're going to go ahead and get that stagger all the way to the wall.
And that's going to be all the way through the health bar. We chewing on through that. Ryazo hungry to get this set done before we can get to a reset because BEPaw has been showing all night long. You do not want to keep that person in the chair any longer than you can because they've already made a reverse sweep comeback.
Oh, but we got the whiff on the DP. Big counter hit for BEPaw. Trying to turn things around here. You're stuck in the corner and you sent out the projectile. Enough time for GG to go in and activate the protocol.
He's sitting back at a comfortable spot, just waiting to see what Ryazo challenges with. Heavy fireball, I like the idea. And again, immediate ultimate DP to keep positioning.
All right, trying to hold down with that the long range on there. Back and actually got to hit a couple times with the Frozen Blade on there afterwards. EX, Infinite Enchanted Lands going to get the hit, but you know what? We're getting that vacuum back from BEPaw, and the first match going to BEPaw.
Yeah, try to gamble on that 6xh, ready with the FL combo into the ultimate skill there. Good stuff there from BEPaw on the conversion. Let's see if we will go back to the Riddles 3 strategy. No, going straight to the boss man, the Six Claw Executioner himself. Z-OUND has made his grand debut in Grand Ryazo, meaning business for real, for real.
Oh, for real indeed, the wrestling entrance of Z-OUND. I still love this character. He's like every bit of it's got everything cool that I would have loved in middle school together with the claws and everything. Still love this character.
Going for the low after the empty hand and the Gate of Demons broken. We're playing all the classics, all the hits, going straight to the billboard and straight into the SBA. Not going to be quite enough to kill, but it is guess for Gabe. Throw will kill.
All right, this is not dropping a beat with this change on here. We're going to go ahead, but BEPaw going to get the follow-up. Enough time to get the side switch into GG setup. Hitting that extra BP on there just to get out. Still have access to a couple, so not going to get the full damage. Just need one more interaction. There it is.
Yep, Six Claw gonna be able to get right on in there. The Heavy Rekka gonna kill off Ferry in the first round of game 2. And the empty hand going into the empty version of said move, gonna be able to bait out the DP. BEPaw really good with those reactions and Ryazo punishing them for it.
I love that call out early on in here. And we're just going to go ahead and get the U skill. You get the guaranteed knockdown on there afterwards. Try to teleport on there, but BEPaw is already hitting buttons. Get Ryazo on the other side and bait out the parry as well.
Yep, already in tune with the habits on the Thunder Flash and Shadow Step, enabling BEPaw to reverse fortunes in this game. Ult Rekka though, and now the ult BEPaw Sikkim gonna be able to put out GG as well, but the Thunder Flash, quick, fast, and in a hurry, resetting into the Shadow. The devious lick, stealing game 2 from BEPaw.
I love that option in there. We haven't seen a lot of the forward dash on there afterwards on the parry. Just going in there, trying to avoid the neutral altogether, get up close and personal, and definitely was playing around, got those resets where they counted. Ryazo taking full control.
Man, that is just a sneaky 5U right there to catch them on the other side. You know, you see stuff like that with some other characters when they reset into a command grab. Ryazo using it for that reset because they knew that next hit wasn't going to kill because they weren't close enough to the corner. Oh man, that's some really good stuff right there. But now we're getting the Galleon from BEPaw. Man, okay, this is going to be interesting.
Been kind of dual maining both of these characters throughout the entirety of the bracket here. No. Try to use the U skill on that to get on there, but you can still parry it even though it doesn't cause any damage here. Ryazo had none of it.
Yeah, I was wondering what the Thunder Flash interaction would be with the 5U and a bunch of the other skills that Galleon has to sort of play that neutral game and command respect in order to get the seals out. But I don't know, man. Ryazo and that Thunder Flash is going to be really hard for BEPaw to be able to get them to sit still and not hit that 6-2-3 button, man.
Try to go in for the reset on there on the other side. We do get it hit a little too high to get the follow-up on there, unfortunately. And I love that call from BEPaw, just going in for the Rose air throw.
What's crazy too is BEPaw has to be at a spacing to where it can cover both the empty and the actual empty hand. So BEPaw doing a really good job of just moving close enough to where they can cover both of those options. Because right there, they tried to go for the full thing, still be able to sit outside of the range, so they didn't hard commit and was able to go into the ultimate will of the earth. So BEPaw with the spacing, very intelligent.
Yeah, no, both players have been doing a really good job of trying to call out their buttons. This time BEPaw got the upper hand on the other side, but we got Ryazo trying to test out here. They're using the BP early on to get away from the pressure.
Testing the gangsta, knowing the Thunder Flash after the Rekka was coming out, going into the charge 5U, getting a lot of damage after the fact too. But right now, Ryazo still gonna hold down that G-Thang because we are still having the health lead here, but it's gonna go away right here. Ultimate Primordial Grasp, big seal on the back of it too.
Clap your hands to the beat, get back in the meteorite. Play a little bit of Pilot Wings, got the follow-up. You don't even need that follow-up with the meteorite, you just get the slap.
All right, interestingly, the Galleon counter pick working out momentarily, getting the set advantage here, 2-1 against Ryazo. I was a little bit worried after the early Thunder Flash up against the 5U. Would BEPaw be ready to play that game? But Ryazo not quite ready for what BEPaw had after that layer, but Ryazo just going to put them into the blender here early after we get early advantage once again.
Yeah, on that protein shake workout mix on there on top of that here, Ryazo trying to keep this in the game. BEPaw working on that potential reset here. We got that confirmed here from Ryazo into the EX. Gonna get that wall bounce on top of that. We're getting close to that combo limit here. Gets the reset, and BEPaw has having none of it.
6xh, the side switch as well, gonna link into the SBA. Really good stuff right there. Gonna get the big old swat, and against a low health character like Steox, that is going to really hurt Ryazo.
Oh, try to go in for the Primordial Grasp on here. Ryazo was already in the air. Gets the confirm into the Raging Strike. That's all you need to take the round back.
Man, oh man, thought they had them locked down, but Ryazo willing to gamble on a jump back up against that Primordial Grasp. And once again, holding down the Thunder Flash, resetting into plus frames as well, and the throw bait. These resets from Ryazo have been amazing.
Get the follow-up on here. Tried and true, going in for the reset talk on there. Get the tick throw. Hold again. Let's do it again. Second first, same as first. Maybe third. No, we're getting the side switch in there from BEPaw. Tourney things around.
That's crazy. Trying to call out that throw bait, but it didn't necessarily pan out into a game when Ryazo able to respond in kind. And we're still locking in with the Galleon. So this is potentially the last game of the tournament, and they're betting it all on Galleon to do the job.
Already caught in there. You gotta watch out for near-Earth asteroids in there. Ryazo getting hit early on. Goes in for the triple attack overhead on there and not stopping on there on the forward roll. Going to get a punish.
Alrighty, man. Putting Galleon into the corner. This is exactly what you need as Ryazo. Make them hold that down back, make them uncomfortable. They have access to the DP, but are they willing to gamble on it? Maybe they should have found a time, because right now they still got opened up, and this is going to be a lot of damage coming through the door after a knock.
All right, Cat, get out of here. Get the follow-up. Level 1 Meteorite. Going to try to get in on their approach. No dice. Got caught in the air, and now we're on set point. Tournament point for Ryazo.
Man, oh man, the conversion right there after the stray hit from the Gate of Demons. Gonna open the doors to a tournament win potentially. Trying to get that empty jump though, but good match there from BEPaw. Let's see what they have left in the tank, or is Ryazo going to slam the door shut? Right now they're looking like they're on a good way to do it. Quarter carry this time to the West Coast corner.
Oh, and goes into the U skill on top of that to avoid knowing that BEPaw's liking to hit buttons on the follow-up on the reset. Ryazo looking extremely good here. Going to go ahead. Raging Strike. You have access to Skybound Art. Is that it? That is definitely it. Because Ryazo is going to be winning Granblue for this week at TNS Online.